Hey, it's Coach Alex from The Run Experience. Today we're going to be talking about pacing for ultra marathons. That includes how to start slower than you think, how to know what your strengths are, and also how to know the course. All right, ready? Let's get into it. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is knowing the course and using that course profile to help your training. So if there's a lot of climbs to start off with or a lot of descent, you want to look at that elevation profile, see how much climbing there is, see how much elevation change there is. So if it's a pretty flat course, you're able to train on flat ground. If it's a really hilly course, then you want to mimic that in your training, or you want to actually get out there on the course. So let's say you're going to run the Quad Dipsea, which is 28 miles and almost 10,000 feet of gain. It's just a lot of straight up and down. You're gonna have to mimic that in your training and get ready to pace that during the course. If it's a little flatter or you're going like longer for Western States, where there's a lot of climbing in the start and then it gets a little bit more downhill and flat towards the finish, then you wanna mimic that again in your training. So you wanna maybe start off your long runs with a lot of climbing and then finish them off a little flatter or a little faster so you can feel that way during the race and you can get ready for it. My second tip for pacing for ultras is to really know yourself and making a plan before the race. So now that you know the elevation profile, whether you're a stronger uphill runner or downhill runner, make a plan before the race. So if you're a stronger uphill runner, you want to attack the uphills and maybe relax and recover on the downhills and the flats. If you're a stronger downhill runner, then maybe you go a little slower on the uphills, let people pass you, and then really attack those downhills, take advantage of your strengths. So really mentally, you got to know yourself, stick to your race plan, and try not to get caught up with everyone. All right, my last piece of advice for you for pacing for ultra marathons is to really look at the overall big picture and start a little slower than you expect. So you're going to be out there for anywhere from 4 to 30 plus hours depending on the distance. And unlike a road marathon where you're going to be trying to hit your road splits, ultra marathons are usually a lot more hilly, as we talked before. So your pace is going to go up and down. So what I like to do is I track my GPS, but I turn my watch on the time of day instead. So I'm not really worried about that pace. I'm not focused on that pace, but I'm looking for time between aid station to aid station and really going by feel. As a little bonus tip, I want you to remember about aid stations in ultra marathons. So they're going to be a little further and farther between compared to half marathons and full marathons, whereas you might be about 4 to 10 miles, which is a long time. So this goes back to knowing the course and knowing where those aid stations are. So you want to think about what you need and what you want as you go into the aid station. So you go in there, you know what you need, you can grab it, you can fill up your bottles, and you can take off. Or if you go in there and you need to sit down and relax a little bit more, maybe it's 100 miles and you're exhausted, maybe you need to spend a little bit more time because that'll save you time out on the course. So really preparing for the aid stations and knowing the course can help a lot, because remember that 3 minutes in an aid station can save you 15 minutes out on the course. So my second tip, last trip, give it a second. I hope you liked this video and it helps you on your next ultra. If you liked it, then check out some of my other videos on trail running and ultra running, or give us a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, shoot them down below, and also subscribe to the channel for more fun stuff coming up.